If you've got a radiator and it's just not getting hot, or it's only getting lukewarm, there's one or two things it could be. If you've already bled it and there's no air in it, then you've exhausted that problem. Do that first. If it's still not working, still not getting really hot, or not getting hot at all, then there's one or two things you could do left. One is to turn the radiator off, both ends, take the radiator right outside and flush it through with clear water, and then put it back, because it may be sludged up. But if it's quite a new rad like this and it's not going, it's more than likely the system's unbalanced. What that means is you may have had work done in the past, an extra rad fitted, or one moved, or some work done where you've had a radiator removed and put back on the wall, and it may not be air that's in the system. It could be the fact that the system's now unbalanced and you're not getting enough heat to get to this radiator. So what to do? Quite simple. Go to every radiator in your house, every single one, upstairs and downstairs, and turn them all off on the one valve at the end. Turn every radiator off except for the one that is not working. Then put your heating on, run it, and this rad that wasn't getting any heat should get very nice and hot indeed. It should really warm up. Once it has, because normally it's the last rad on the system that goes cold because it's furthest away from the boiler, like this one. So what we do is leave them running, then go back to each radiator, turn them just half a turn each. Make sure you do them just half a turn, and then gradually work around the whole house so that all the radiators are hot, including the dead one. Now the one that's closest to your boiler will probably, that radiator will only want cracking open a little bit. The ones upstairs will only want cracking open a little bit if you're in a normal house. I'm in a bungalow, but if you're in an average 3-bed semi, the ones upstairs will only want turning on half a turn, because upstairs they take all the heat anyway, whereas the ones downstairs, they have to be pumped down there, and they require more of the pump and more force to get down there. So isolating the ones upstairs down generates more heat to the one that probably isn't going, and that is usually the answer 9 times out of 10. If there's no air in the radiator, try that first. Secondly, try taking the radiator out and flushing it if it's an old radiator, only if it's an old one and it's been a long time. If you've got Fernox in the system, there's no need to take it out at all, because it will be quite clear already. So if that's not the answer, you know then the only thing it can possibly be is to shut all those radiators down and force it through to the one that's not going. Once you've done that, as I say, back all the radiators off, and if it's one that's downstairs and the ones upstairs are really hot, turn them all down and just turn the radiator back half a turn. All these valves, shut them right down and just click it back half a turn. That's all, just half a turn back, and that's all that we need. But the main one that isn't going, make sure that is full on first, and I'm pretty certain that you will find that that will come on. So all the ones that aren't going, turn them all the way down. Okay, that's off, and then just turn them half a turn, no more than that. Half a turn. Now that half a turn on all the ones upstairs will be enough, because they will rob the heat anyway. Okay, and then just work your way back toward the radiator, making sure the one that isn't going stays hot as you turn them back on, and they will be balanced once again. And once again, that cold radiator will be warm once again, as it was, or as it should have been before it's fitted. Okay.